Job interview conversation. Lab assistant interview questions and answers.
What experience do you have working in a laboratory?
I have worked as a lab assistant for over 2 years in a variety of settings, including hospital laboratories, research laboratories, and teaching laboratories. I have experience performing a wide range of laboratory tasks, from routine tasks such as preparing media and reagents to more complex tasks such as performing cell culture and molecular biology experiments. I am also experienced in maintaining laboratory equipment and keeping accurate records.
What are your responsibilities as a lab assistant?
The responsibilities of a lab assistant vary depending on the specific position, but generally include tasks such as setting up and maintaining equipment, preparing materials for experiments, conducting basic research, and assisting the lead scientist in data collection and analysis. In some cases, lab assistants may also be responsible for teaching laboratory courses or training new employees.
How do you maintain cleanliness and safety in the lab?
The lab assistant should maintain cleanliness and safety in the lab by following the proper procedures for handling hazardous materials, disposing of waste, and cleaning the lab equipment. They should also make sure that the lab is well ventilated and that all chemicals are properly labeled.
What is your experience with handling lab equipment?
I have experience with handling lab equipment such as microscopes, pipettes, and beakers. I am comfortable using these tools and am able to follow instructions for their use. I am also familiar with safety procedures when working with lab equipment.
How do you prepare solutions and reagents?
There are a few key steps to preparing solutions and reagents. Choose the correct container for the solution or reagent. Choose the correct volume or quantity of solution or reagent needed. Clean and sterilize the container, if necessary. Measure out the correct volume or quantity of solution or reagent. Add any additional ingredients, if necessary. Seal the container and label it clearly with the contents and date prepared.
What is your experience with performing experiments?
I have experience with performing experiments from my undergraduate days. I have performed various types of experiments, both in the classroom and in the laboratory. I am familiar with the process of setting up an experiment, carrying out the procedure, and recording and analyzing the data. I am also experienced in using different types of equipment and instruments.
How do you document results and observations?
There are many ways to document results and observations. The most important thing is to be clear, concise, and consistent. One way to document results is to keep a lab notebook. This is a book where you write down all of your observations and results. This can be helpful so that you can look back and see what you did and how it turned out. Another way to document results is to take pictures or videos. This can be helpful if you want to show someone your results or if you want to have a visual record of what you did. You can also create graphs or charts to document your results. This can be helpful if you want to see trends over time or compare different data sets. Whatever method you choose, make sure that you document your results in a way that makes sense to you and that will be easy for you to refer back to later.
What is your experience with data analysis?
I have experience working with data analysis in a number of different contexts. For example, I have used data analysis to help assess the impact of marketing campaigns, to understand customer behavior, and to evaluate the effectiveness of business processes. In each case, I have been able to effectively analyze data to identify key trends and insights that have helped improve decision making.
What challenges have you faced while working in a lab?
There are a few challenges that I have faced while working in a lab. One challenge is keeping the lab clean and organized. It is important to keep the lab clean so that experiments can be conducted safely and accurately. Another challenge is keeping track of all the supplies and equipment. It is important to know where everything is so that it can be used properly and efficiently.
What is your experience with writing lab reports?
I have experience with writing lab reports from my previous job as a research assistant. I am familiar with the process of writing a lab report, from start to finish. This includes collecting data, analyzing results, and writing up a conclusion. I am also familiar with the different sections of a lab report, such as the introduction, methods, results, and discussion sections.
How do you work with other members of the lab team?
I work well with other members of the lab team. I am able to communicate effectively and work collaboratively to complete tasks. I am also able to take direction from others and follow instructions.
What is your experience with customer service?
I have worked in customer service for over 10 years. I have experience dealing with customers in person, over the phone, and through email. I know how to handle difficult customer service situations and how to resolve customer complaints. I am patient and efficient in my work, and I always work to provide the best possible experience for the customer.
How do you handle confidential information?
I am very careful with confidential information and make sure to keep it secure at all times. I understand the importance of keeping sensitive information private and take measures to ensure that it is not shared with anyone who does not need to know. I am also aware of the importance of destroying confidential information when it is no longer needed.
What is your experience with time management?
I have experience with time management in both the academic and professional setting. In terms of academics, I was always diligent about completing my assignments on time and studying for exams in a timely manner. I understand the importance of staying on schedule in order to be successful. In the professional setting, I have also been able to manage my time effectively. I am able to prioritize tasks and complete them in a timely and efficient manner. I understand that time management is crucial in the workplace and I am confident in my ability to manage my time effectively.
What are your career aspirations as a lab assistant?
I am looking to develop my career as a lab assistant and hope to eventually become a lab manager or director. In this role, I would be responsible for overseeing the operations of a laboratory and ensuring that all safety and quality standards are met. I would also be responsible for training and supervising staff, as well as conducting research and development projects.